Yes. Okay, so we should be recording. Yes, we are. Perfect. So welcome to everyone who is here live and to those who are going to be watching the recording. I'm so glad that you are taking the time, your friends and whatever else you could be doing at this time, to invest in not only yourself but also in the team that you're on and learning how to better your business. And you know what? My phone is like, I didn't realize how close it is to dying. So I am going to go ahead and pull up my computer as a backup because I just know my phone is going to die. And then that's what happens the first time you try and do a Zoom team meeting. So anyway, while I'm doing that, though, I'll go ahead and mention we will be covering, these are the things that we're going to be covering today. You can totally tell, can't you, that I used to be a teacher, right? Everybody's like, yep, I can tell. So I've made a PowerPoint to kind of go over everything with you guys. And, we're going to do, of course, we're going to welcome everyone new. I'm going to give you a chance to kind of toot your own horn. If there's something really exciting that you want to share, we want to know about it. And then I'm also going to be talking about, okay, yes, all right. I'm also going to be talking about the promotions that we've had, whether it's consultant promotions, sales promotions, and also promotions we've had on our team. We've had a couple director promotions and all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to do a short training. I'm going to be talking about two things today or tonight. I'm going to be talking about how to book some parties through the summer months, some things that have been working for me, and also some things that I've seen other consultants do that I haven't tried yet that I want to try. So I'm going to be doing this as well. And then we'll end with some recognition. So y'all just give me 1 second here. I'm going to go ahead and, well, I thought it was going to hop on this next. So y'all just have to be patient with me, okay? Because we're doing something completely different. So, like I said, just be patient with me because I'm learning. I use Zoom all the time for coaching, but I don't use it very much for this stuff. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna log in on my computer. All right, I'm gonna hop off because I'm getting on my computer and I don't know if it'll let me do both, okay? But I promise I'm getting on right now. Okay, let me just end this.
The table you don't want to be at a wedding.
Okay, there we go. Now, my computer's plugged in, so it shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so back to what we were saying. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to kick off our team meeting by welcoming our new team members who joined us in May and early June. So we have April Blaine. She was recruited by Kathy Woodbury, so she's on their team. So I'm really excited to have her join us. Brittany Livingston, who is on the call tonight with us, or on the Zoom team meeting tonight. Alicia Bragg, she is one of my personal recruits. And sorry, Brittany is on Deanna's team. Marla Ferraro, I think I said that correctly. She is also on Deanna's team. Whitney Moore, welcome to the team. She's waving. She is also on Deanna's team. Look, you guys, they have been killing it with recruiting. And then also Katrina, I'm not even going to try and say your last name if you're on here or watching the recording. Maybe you can give us a lesson on how to say that. So hold on 1 second.
Giovanni.
Okay. All right, so I'm so excited that we've just been adding so many new team members. It's really exciting to me.
Becky,
so for those that started in May, you get to take advantage of the large Cool and Serve set for free. And those that are starting in June, when you become a consultant, you get an additional $100 towards product of your choice. So we want to be marketing that to everybody, you guys, everyone, whether it's a host who absolutely loves Pampered Chef products and you just want to share with them what they can get when they sign up this month, to maybe a stay-at-home mom or just a friend or family member who's trying to pay off some extra debt. So we can offer this business to anybody. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a chance to toot your own horn. And so I want you all to share one thing you're proud of of your business in the past month. So whether it's, something you sold, somebody you talked to, if you recruited somebody, whatever it is you want to share having to do with Pampered Chef, I want you to toot your own horn. So just be sure to unmute yourself before you start talking so that we can all hear you. So we'll give about like 2 minutes or 2 or 3 minutes to do this. So just hop on or unmute yourself and share. I'm going to open the door so my dog quits whining. Anybody?
This is Deanna. I've got a few, I guess. One of the things I called customer service today. I wasn't sure how close I was.
1 or 2 people that are proud of something they did.
Can you hear me?
It's like crickets out there.
I can hear you, Deanna. Becky,
you can? Oh, okay.
Oh, Kimberly, I can't hear you.
Deanna.
No.
Okay, I didn't know.
I see you talking, but
Deanna is talking.
Okay.
Can you hear her?
can anybody else hear her?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, I can hear her.
All right, so
Oh, okay, sorry.
can I go?
Go ahead. I don't know what happened to my computer.
Okay, that's all right. So I called customer service today. I wasn't sure how far I was with $15,000. I was pretty sure I made it, but I wasn't positive, and I did. So I hit $15,000 this month. So I'll start earning 2% extra next month.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
That is a big milestone. Congratulations. I know.
Yeah.
Alicia Andrews also did that as well. She messaged me yesterday, I think, telling me she did that. So it is very exciting.
Yay.
Definitely be proud of.
Thank you. Well, I'll let someone else go.
Yeah. All right. All right, anyone else? Sorry, I think my computer had messed up earlier. I didn't hear anyone.
I've been active 2 months in a row. That's all I can say.
Well, no, that's awesome. That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else?
I guess I'll share.
Yay, I'm so glad you're on here.
Well, I promoted to director end last month.
Congrats.
And then I just hit my 15,000 in career sales, I think yesterday or the day before. So that's pretty exciting.
Yes, that is very exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I finally hit 5,000 in career sales.
That's
Finally, you've done that in like 90 days. You're
yeah, that's
awesome.
what I was going to say. That's really awesome. The amount of time you've been a consultant. Yes, you should be.
Well, and I have right about 2,500 just this month that haven't. A couple parties have not submitted yet.
That's awesome.
We're closing them tomorrow.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, anyone else? 1 or 2 more people? Okay, all right, well, we will move on. And also, I made a mistake. Brittany was Laura Sporell's first recruit. I totally put her under Deanna's team. See, this is what happens though when you get so many people on your team. You have like almost 60 people and you have trouble keeping up with everyone. But anyway, so I want to give her credit. She messaged me and I agree. I want to give her, Laura, credit. All right, so I just wanted to mention this because normally at my team meetings I don't. And I think it's important for you guys to know that our organization is made up of a diverse group of people. Some work full-time jobs, some go to school full-time or do both. Some have kids at home, some have kids that are grown, some don't have any kids at all and have fur babies. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So we have people all different walks of life, all different ages. I mean, really, just you, especially if you go to conference and you look around, you're like, wow, but isn't that, it's a true testimony of all the different types of people. But I just wanted to take a moment to celebrate everyone who submitted orders in May. No matter how big or how small, every little bit matters. I put this quote on here: if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. And that's from Abraham Lincoln. And also, I saw a quote, and I'm not sure who it's from recently, but it said something about a snowflake alone is very frail, but combined with many others, it's enough to stop traffic. So it's kind of like, you know, you may not be thinking, like when Whitney said I was active 2 months in a row, you may not think like, oh, that's a big deal, but it is. If enough people are active and enough people, you know, submit sales or submit shows or whatever, we can accomplish a lot together. So I'm really proud of everyone. I'm not going to take the time to read all of these names off because we had so many submit in May, but I'm really proud of you guys. Next. Okay. Also in May, I want to recognize those that we had the opportunity, just like we do every month, for those of you that are new to Pampered Chef, we have the opportunity to earn basically some type of product or something for free every single month. And last month we had the opportunity to earn the ice cream cake pan by submitting 750 sales or more. And you also had the opportunity to earn the ice cream cake pan and also the cold brew pitcher together by submitting 1,500 or more in sales. And so if I left anybody off, like, feel free to shout out and say, hey, I'm supposed to be on there. Because like I said, I'm human, so I'm not perfect, but I'm so proud of these people. Our 750 or more in sales in May were Janelyn, Laura, Crystal, Alicia, Kathy, Shelly, Holly, and Cassie. And then our 1,500 or more in sales were Davlin, Deanna, myself, Alicia Andrews, and Kimberly. So we had a lot of people earning these free products. So that was really exciting. So I am so excited because in June and July, we have the opportunity to earn all the fall products for free if you want to. Okay, and so we have 4 different sales levels in both months. So for those of you that might have, you know, seen the free-for-all wording and you've been like, what in the world does that mean? Basically, we don't know what the fall products are until national conference. That's when they are going to reveal all of them to us. So I hope, even if you can't attend in person, I realize that's going to happen. Like, obviously, Alicia's about to have a baby. So, like, it would be ridiculous for me to be like, girl, you got to go to conference. Like, you know. So, like, some people, you just can't help it. And I understand that completely. But we do have the option to watch the live broadcast, and it's actually going to be available for up to a month. So don't feel like you have to sit there and watch it like live, like you have to sit on your couch the whole week. You don't have to. So at least do that. It's $50 and you can see all the new stuff, the new fall products. And if you earned one of these levels, then you'll get to find out what you earned. And also you'll just get to see our founder, CEO, and Jean Jonas. If y'all know anything about Jean Jonas, she's hilarious and crazy and lots of fun. She's worth the $50 in my opinion. She's so entertaining. But anyway, we have 4 different levels you can earn. There's a $750 level, 1,500, 3,000, and 6,000, and that goes for both months. So if you earn the $1,500 level this month, and then you can also earn it again next month or whatever. So it'll be so essentially, if you sell $6,000 in June and July, you would earn every single piece of every single product for free, and they would be mailed to you. So that's an awesome incentive that they offered to us and give us the opportunity to do this. So I'm excited. I know I created a poll on our team page, and a lot of you are working really hard to earn the $750, $1,500, and $3,000 level. So I can't wait to celebrate with you guys when you earn those. So I wanted to talk with you a little bit about this cycle of direct sales. And so for those people that are new, you might be like, what in the world is this? But I like to make people aware of this, and even for those that aren't, because sometimes we have consultants who start in this business, and in the beginning, they're really excited and they're in this like growth mode because they're sharing it with everybody because they want to. They're excited about this new adventure that they're starting. But then, you know, after a while, they kind of start to plateau. And some of you may have experienced this. You may have, and it might not mean you're a new consultant, but just maybe at certain points in your business, you kind of start to plateau, and maybe life happens, you get a little busier with your full-time job or with your kids, or, you know, maybe kids are out for summer break. I mean, you know, there's all kinds of reasons why we tend to kind of plateau in our business. But the key is whether you make a decision to turn things around or you don't make a decision and you start to decline. And so what happens when you start to decline is you either, again, have to make a decision, and you might have felt this way. Maybe you one month sold $3,000 or $2,000 or whatever, and then, you know, or had 5 bookings on your calendar, and then the next month or two, you only had 1 or 2 bookings, and you kind of had plateaued. Well, just like I said, we've all experienced it, but the key is to recognize that it's happening and then decide you want to rebuild, or you want to, the key to it is just to make a decision, whether it's to continue to keep going or to say, this is not for me. But no matter what, you can always make the decision to keep going. And so some consultants start out this business thinking, oh, this is great. Everything's working out. I'm having so much success. And then they hit a wall. Maybe they hear 1 too many no's, and they just feel like, I just don't know if this is for me. You know, all these people keep telling me no. But the consultants that push through the no and continue to keep going are the ones that will be successful the longest, and probably promote, you know, have higher sales. The list goes on. But the key is just to push through it. So I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this, but I just wanted to tell you it's normal. I mean, even I myself have had a moment or two where I've thought, oh my gosh, you know, I just don't know if I can keep doing this, you know, and then the next day I wake up and I'm like, why did I even think that? You know, just like with anything. I mean, how many times in our marriage have we been like, man, why did I marry this crazy person? I mean, you know, I think we've all been there, you know, where you're not going to just give up though in one heated argument or one moment of weakness. You're going to keep moving and you're going to work at it. And it's the same thing with Pampered Chef. The harder you work at it, the more success you'll have. So I just wanted to share this with you with so many new people on our team. If you hit a wall, don't just walk away. Share that with your director and say, you know what, I am really discouraged right now. And surround yourself with people who want to better themselves, because I know when I'm feeling down about something, or I'm like, man, I really need to get my butt back in gear and start making more contacts. If I am around others and surround myself maybe with an accountability partner who, you know, I know wants the same thing I do, whether it's to promote or just keep a consistent business. If I talk to that person and say, I'm really frustrated, then they're going to help me turn back around. Why did I start my business, you know, and refocus myself, because it's never too late to continue to rebuild and turn that, you know, decline into a growth mode. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's really important, and a lot of people don't realize that it's really normal. You know, we all experience it. Okay, so I kind of want to transition that, you know, into how to get bookings for the summer months, because a lot of people in the summer tend to think negatively and think, oh, no one wants to host a party, or, you know, everyone's busy or on vacation or yada, yada, yada. And so instead of going into a decline in the summer, I want to share with you some ways that you can get some bookings. So in a second, I'm going to show you guys a video, and I'm hoping that you can hear, you know, you can hear the words they're saying, but if not, then, you know, I may just post it on our team page. But I'm going to share with you a couple of these ideas outside of the normal, like, you know, just reaching out, making contacts to get a Facebook party or a fundraiser for people going on mission trips or normal cooking shows. These are just some kind of out of the box ideas on how to get bookings and to act quickly. So the first one, you guys have already seen me post about this. I actually did one of these today, and I'm following up tomorrow with the my contact person. So what I did, for those of you that did not see this, and the words are on our team Facebook page, was I posted these pictures of a brownie bar, and I just basically told people to nominate their place of work, and you know, that I would pamper their business or their workplace or whatever and bring brownies and some stuff. So what I did, I didn't want to do anything too elaborate today. I went to a daycare today, and I just took one tray of brownies because I asked ahead of time how many people were there, and she just said 8. So I was like, okay, you know, 12 is perfect. I took the host special for July, the guest special for this month. I also took some paper plates, napkins, and spoons. And if you go to the dollar store or if you already have them in your home, don't do anything fancy. Just seriously, don't go overboard and spend a ton of money on it. The key is to get you outside of your circle. And then I actually used our small cool and serve tray and did homemade whipped cream, cut up strawberries, and I mashed up some Oreos. And then in my own fridge at home, I had Hershey's chocolate syrup. And so that's all I took. I didn't take all this, you know, she had some M&Ms, the girl's picture, and some other things. So don't feel like you have to do a huge thing, okay? So that's one option. And like I said, the information on that is in our team Facebook page. The next idea is to offer kids cooking parties or kids in the kitchen, whatever you want to call it. I've actually, I've got a couple in the works that I'm scheduling with some people. And what's fun about these is so many people think, oh, you know, my kids are home this summer. Let me wait till they go back to school, or we're just so busy, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm watching other people's kids and I'm like, oh, well, awesome. Let's schedule a kids in the kitchen party. You know, or if you know somebody who has kids, reach out to them. If they're like, I'm always so busy, well, goodness, basically you're offering to come be like, all the moms can hang out and shop and drink wine while you are in the kitchen. I mean, everybody's in the kitchen, but what I did at my party was I had a couple kids come up at 1 or 2 at a time to help demonstrate something. And then I had the moms basically holding the catalogs. And what was really funny about it, I think the party I had, they were probably like 12 or so, something around that age range. Maybe it was like 11 or 12. And those girls at the end were cracking me up. They were like, Mom, we've got to buy this. This is so cool. I mean, it was just really hilarious how excited these girls were about the products. And like one of the girls would be like, oh, I really want this. So then the other one would be like, Mom, so-and-so's getting this. I want to get it too. You know, it was just so funny because they were in there helping and cooking. And the moms would be like, well, are you going to do this at home? It was so funny, but it was a great show. I mean, it was like a $700 show. And honestly, no, you're fine. My dog's whining. Honestly, I was kind of shocked because I kind of thought, okay, these moms are going to come and drink wine or something, and they're going to be like free babysitting. But it was kind of like worked the other way around. Like they were so excited about it. So offer that, you know, for those of you that are not sure. And of course, the normal themes like wine, cheese, and chocolate, you know, ice cream social, offer ice cream parties. So these 2 items over here the Deal or No Deal, I want to play a video for you that is how, her name is Erin Brown, I believe, and she's another director with Pampered Chef. I'm just friends with her on Facebook, and you know, there are a couple of other rock star people that I just love to follow on Facebook. And when I say rock star, I don't mean like Richardson Rockstar Organization. I just mean they're really stellar consultants, and I just love to duplicate what they do. You know, I always say, like, something ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, so I'm constantly copying what other consultants do, and I don't care if y'all copy what I do. Y'all know I don't care. And then also this at the bottom, it says, if you love Pampered Chef, pick a number. So I'm gonna share with you guys, these are either posts, whether it's in a Deal or No Deal. You could do it as a virtual post in a Facebook event, or even on your personal Facebook wall, or you could make a little you know, poster with sticky notes on it and just write in Sharpie, Deal or No Deal, and underneath each item, then you would choose whether it's, you could say like 10 extra PC dollars when you book a party, okay? You could say like $20 off a new consultant kit. You know, you could have free products under there. One could be a season's best. I mean, to me, it's worth investing, you know, small things like that to give to somebody when they host a party. So I, of course, I'm a director, so I do have some bigger ticket items, but don't feel like you have to have that. I mean, if just use something you have, or even, like I said, like 10 PC dollars, or season's best cookbook, or a free seasoning when you host your own party. So there are a lot of different things that people have done with these, but I just want to share with you how Erin Brown, I want to see if I can pull up her video. So I think I'm going to have to, okay, so sorry, give me just a second here. I think it's on here. Okay, here it is. So I don't know if this is going to play or not, what's going to happen, but let me just copy and paste this and see. I've done this before, but it was on my other computer. You can hear my husband weed eating out there. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Paste. Daisy, you're fine. All right, I do not know. Okay, so I have no idea if this is.
I'm fine.
Okay, hold on. Oops. Okay. I realized I have to mute the computer I'm on, and then I'll play it from the other one. So I'm going to mute myself, but I'm going to play her video, and this is Erin and Brown, and this is her just going live in her, she has a group, but that she does with like her past hosts, customers, anybody who wants to be in her group. But I'm probably going to go live on my personal Facebook page and do something like this. And so, so I'm just going to show you her video, and whether you choose to do this in a Facebook event with just the picture and then follow up with people in a message, or do a video like her. I just feel like videos you're so much more interactive, and people, you know, they're getting to know you as a consultant rather than just, you know, someone who posts a bunch of pictures. So anyway, I'm going to mute myself and then play this video. Y'all, you know, let me know if you can't hear it, but I think we should be able to. Can y'all hear that?
No.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will just post her video, because I'm not going to sit here and try and make that work. You know what I'm saying? Oh, stop doing that. I don't want to do that. So anyway, basically she talks about, it's really funny. I'll post it on our team page. But she's like, are y'all fun? I'm fun. And she was like, I want to have some fun with you guys today. So, and she just holds up a board that's got, it's like a poster board, deal or no deal. And then under it, you can flip it up and there's products. But anyway, so the idea behind deal or no deal, and some of you have already done this before, so it's not, like I said, I'm not reinventing anything, is each number underneath has an item or free product value, or like I said, $20 off a new kit or whatever. And you give them the option to say deal or no deal. And then after they pick the first one, if they say no deal, she does let them pick one more time, because I guess, if one of them was like new consultant kit and they're like no deal, but you let them pick again and they host a party for you, obviously it would be worth, letting them pick again. But after 2 times, she doesn't let them pick anymore. But anyway, so I just thought that was a fun way, whether it's in a Facebook event or, going live on your Facebook page, to try and generate some bookings. So the next item, you might have seen some consultants posting that if you love Pampered Chef, pick a number 1 through 20, 1 through 15, 1 through 25. I even did one back in May, and it was for something different. But I'm going to show you. This is the same girl, Erin. She has been posting that, and then she's following up with this. So if it's someone local, she is saying this, or girl, I know you love Pampered Chef. I do too. Since you picked lucky number 10, I have an extra gift for you in June when you host a party. I'm going to give you one of our brand new ice cream products for free. She is doing the spoon mold, she said, or the ice cream sandwich maker, I think, depending on the sales of the party. So it's not a ton of money on your part, to be honest. You're going to make commission on it anyway. And she said, that is in addition to 60% off any product or set special and other rewards given by our amazing company. Your guest sales only have to be 200 to earn the rewards. However, the higher your sales, the more you get. I have a few open dates for a cooking party, June 22nd, 29th, and 30th. Or we can do a virtual party. Which option sounds best to you? So on the end of that message, did you notice how she said, which option sounds best to you? I want to just point out to you guys, that is what's called an open-ended question. It is not a yes or no question. When you're reaching out to someone about a booking, don't ever say, do you want to host a party? And I've even made that mistake as well. Some of you may have been like, I've been to one of your shows, Becky, and you said that. No one's perfect. It's hard to remember everything. But especially when you're texting someone or Facebooking someone, it's key to make it open-ended, meaning they can't just say, no, I don't want to host a party. Well, she's saying, which one sounds best to you? Well, this person may be thinking, gosh, I'm really busy in June, but Facebook parties might be, or a virtual party might be okay. And so they might reply back, tell me more about a virtual party. Okay. Or, if your June is full or you don't want to think about June anymore, send July dates and tell them, instead of 60% off, tell them, oh my gosh, after $650 in sales, you can get double free product, which is literally one of my favorite months of the year with Pampered Chef, because I always have incredible sales because everyone wants to get to that $650 level. So she also included, if it's someone that's not local, so someone who lives far away, girl, I know you love Pampered Chef. I do too, so same thing. Since you picked lucky number 9, I have an extra gift for you in June when you host a party. I'm going to give you one of our brand new ice cream products for free. Okay, so anyway, same thing. However, higher sales, we can do a virtual party, or you can pass around some catalogs and collect a few orders. Which sounds best to you? So this is just a really great idea to try and get some bookings. I mean, people love the idea of, or the thought of winning something. Every time I post something on Facebook, like comment, your favorite number or something, or comment, message 1 and 15, pick a number between 1 and 15 and I'll pick a winner or something like that. But the key is the fortune's in the follow-up. Don't just post this and not do anything with it. So when I have done stuff like this in the past, sometimes I will have 30 or 40 people comment on it. Sometimes I'll have 5. You know, it can't guarantee you're going to have 1 million people. But even if you just got 1 or 2 people to comment and booked a party, it's worth doing a post like this. So try that, okay? And I will post all of this wording on our team Facebook page so that you guys know. And I haven't actually done this yet for our June, but I'm going to, my family and we leave for the beach on the 24th. And so that's one thing I'm going to do while I'm at the beach is I'm going to post this in hopes of having a lot of people to follow up with while I'm there and get some more bookings for July. So try it out. And so July, as I mentioned before, is an incredible month to host a party. June is too. I mean, you could pick any one item for 60% off. And I've had so many people be like, man, I'll host a party as long as I'm like, you just have to get $200 in orders and you can pick any one item for 60% off. But July, I just want to clarify because some people might not realize, but in July, how the double free product works is you have to get, or guest sales have to get to $650. And then it's double every single level. So instead of 115, it goes up to 230, okay? At $700 level, instead of 140, it goes up to 280, and so on. It just keeps going up. And I mean, if someone has $1,000 party, which is normally 15 to 20 orders, depending on the size of the orders, that's $430 free, y'all, for real. So, I mean, if you don't have anything on your calendar, host your own party. I mean, get to $650, you get a bunch of stuff for free. That's awesome. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to kind of transition to talking about is host coaching and the importance of host coaching. And so I'm going to kind of go back and forth from like speaker view, or I guess it wouldn't be speaker view, but anyway, from like my view so you can see me. I'm going to show you a couple of things to this little PowerPoint. So if you have not been to PC University and taken their host coaching little training, I want to encourage you to do that. So, you know, in general, some of their trainings can be like cheesy because they're like, do you want to host a party? And like all perfect. Everyone's like perfect on there. But they're really beneficial. And there's also a ton of resources from other consultants as far as you can listen to trainings that like from national conference last year and the years past of recordings. So I know there's some, I don't know them off the top of my head, but just basically some consultants who have huge success are sharing how they have that and how they host coach and what all they say. So you might be wondering, you know, why is it important to host coach? Okay. What do you put in your packet to give to your host? And how do you keep track of your host and how do you communicate with them? So I'm going to kind of share with you what I do. There is no magic or perfect way to host coach. Okay, let me just be clear about this. The key is that you have a system of some kind. Doesn't mean it has to be my system. It just has to be you have a system, okay? Every successful business or business owner has systems in place to ensure things run properly, okay? And so you want to have those in place because how many of you want to get paid $50 for a party or go to that same party and get paid $150 for that party? I think I know what you would say. I think you'd say, I want to get paid $150 instead of the, $50. So hold on a second. I'm going to turn my light on. It's starting to get dark up here. The sun was setting. I always use natural light, and I'm like, I can't see what I'm reading. Starting to. But anyway, so And I also want to share with you that our #1 complaint that the home office receives, because I don't know if you guys know this, but they send out surveys to all of our customers, hosts, everybody. I mean, all kinds of people. And even sometimes as consultants, we get some of those surveys. But one of the complaints that they get is that our hosts feel like they weren't communicated with enough, and they didn't know what to expect, or they just felt like they needed a little bit more communication. And so I prefer the method to over communicate, okay, so that they know what to expect, and I'm reaping the benefits of putting in that time and effort. So on PC University, they have this little hosting 101 sheet, and it gives you, you know, a really good formula to follow called the 5-15-5 formula. And so that's 5 orders before the party, 15 orders at the party, and 5 orders the day after the party. So you could obviously adapt this for those of you that are doing virtual parties. You could adapt it to that as well. You know, encourage your host to collect maybe 10 orders from people not in the Facebook event. You know, challenge her by saying, you know, our goal is to get, you know, 20, or obviously this, in the ideal world, you would have 25 orders, and that would be incredible. But if you say those numbers, you know, instead of 15 at the party, you may get 10. But that's a great start, a great number to be at. And like I said, it's the same thing for a Facebook party. Don't just assume that if you set up this event on Facebook that they're going to know what to do. They're going to know to interact and to comment on everything and to post and to personally invite. Just because they invite somebody on Facebook, as you probably have already noticed, does not mean they're going to attend the Facebook event. You got to be personal with both a cooking show, catalog show, and a Facebook event. So I just want to cover a couple of things for you. So I'm going to, let's see, manage participants. Hold on. So I want to pull myself up. So stop share for just a moment. Okay, there we are. And then, hold on just a second. I'm going to go back to that in a minute, but so that's gallery view. Speaker view. So if you want to click on speaker view, I think it just kind of depends on, oh no, never mind. That's not going to work. Okay, well, I'll just do it like this, and then I can post pictures. So for those of you that can see, I'm just going to share with you what all I include in my host pack. And so, which I wish so. Here, let me see. There's got to be a way I can. No, I thought for sure there was a way. Maybe if I mute all. Okay, so can y'all hear me now? Okay, click on speaker view and I should pop up because I muted everybody just for this part so I could be a little bit bigger, even though for some reason mine is not showing. I don't know. Anyway, if I'm bigger for you, good, but I don't know. Mine's not, mine's not showing up.
Whenever you went off that screen, you automatically went bigger for me.
Oh, okay.
So it may just not show it on your end.
Okay, that's probably what it is. So are we good now? Am I bigger now?
You're bigger for me.
Okay, yeah, Whitney gave me a thumbs up. Okay, well, I don't know. All right, well, anyway, it's probably just me then. Okay, so this is, we'll kind of back up a little bit so you can see. This is my host pack, and this is what I take to my cooking shows. These little cute little things are from my girlfriend's house. There is a website that you can go to, and it's yeah, mygirlfriendshouse.com. That's all it is. You don't have to get these, but for me, I just think it's something a little bit more fun and inviting for at my cooking shows. I think it came in like a pack of like 100, but you can see they're just like fun little prints on there. And people at checkout are like, what's that? You know, they want to know what that is I have. And then of course for my Facebook, let me grab this. It's just for things that I'm like mailing, I just use regular envelopes. So I'm just going to share with you real quick what all I put in my host packets and then what I do to follow up with my host. So let's just say, I'll use my mom for an example. She always hosts a party in Double Free Product Month. And so I sent her a host packet, and here I'll just pull all this out. Here's everything that I have in my host packet, and I'm going to explain why as I go through each thing. So this is for a cooking show first, and then I'm going to talk about a Facebook party. So first of all, I send them these little postcard invitations that you get. I send them about 10 or 12 because I think we can all relate to this that, you know, for one, the best way to host coach is to tell your host to invite her friends a variety of ways. Okay, so there's a free website called redstamp.com, and it's also an app. I posted about that recently. So make a virtual invitation for her to text to her friends or message on Facebook. I give them these and I say to them, you don't have to mail out invitations unless you want to. Somebody like your grandmother or your people, a couple people from church, if you don't have their phone number, but they're in the church directory, you know, stuff like that. People, I help them brainstorm is, do you think there's some people that might rather get something in the mail? Or maybe your best friend who you just absolutely want them to come to your party. You're going to send them an invitation. You're going to text them. You're going to invite them on Facebook. You're going to do all of it. You can't just assume if you invite somebody on Facebook that they're going to attend your party. So you got to do all of it. So I include about 10 or 12. I'm not going to give them 40. And a lot of times if I show up at a party, they may be like, hey, I only sent out like 5 invitations. Like, here's the rest. Or they may send all of them out or may not even use them, and they'll give them back to me most of the time. But it's important, I think, with a cooking show to include these. Okay, the next thing I do with both a Facebook party and a cooking show is I include mini catalogs. And what I do is I print off a label. I don't have any on these because right now, you know, obviously I haven't made this for someone specific. But what I do is I'll print off a label on the back of it, and it'll say something like, if it's a cooking show, it'll give like, you know, we hope you can join us at so-and-so's cooking show on this date, time, location, etc. And then if you can't join us, and then the link to their party. And then if it's a Facebook party, I normally just put, you know, something about like the same little thing, join us for Alicia's Facebook party on blah, 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 shop online at blank, and put their personal link. So if they're like, same thing, if they're at church or somewhere or work or whatever, they've got a couple mini catalogs to actually hand to someone in person, or even stick in the mail if they've got a family member who, you know, wants to see a catalog, which normally I'm happy to mail one myself. But I just like to give them these minis because sometimes when they're out and about, just like we should be doing, they may be like, oh, hey, I'm having a Pampered Chef party. You know, let me know if you can come. I invited you on Facebook, but you might not have seen it. And so something like this, people are going to spend more money too if they can get their hands on a catalog. Just a little side note. I also, like with the summer or winter products, I'm going to include something on the ice cream maker. Okay, so I've got that summer product flyer there. I always, always, always include something on the business. And usually, at one point or another, whether it's at the beginning of our communication or near the end, like closer to the start of their party, I generally say something like, hey girl, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at everything in your host pack. I stuck a little something in there on the business opportunity. Now may not be the right time, but I still want you to look it over and let me know if you're interested. So that's kind of like I start out in the beginning, just kind of be like, hey, I stuck a little something in there, like really non-threatening. And then as time goes on, I, talk to them more about it and say, hey, you're being like, especially if it's someone who's an incredible host, I'm just going to be like, girl, you are just killing it with this posting in my virtual event. Look at you collecting all these orders. I'm going to get paid and you're doing my job for me. So I just kind of like praise them about how well they've done, and then ask them if they've had a chance to look at the kit options and look what all they're going to get. So try to put something in there on the business, because your host is your number one potential recruit. Okay. I put 2 catalogs in there, sometimes 3, but normally I just do 2. If it's a catalog show and that's all it is, like no Facebook, no cooking show, I normally send them 3 in hopes that they leave one at work, keep one in their car so that everywhere they go, they take it with them, and then leave one for themselves so when it's time to close out their show, they can make their own wish list. And I tell them that. I say, I've given you 3 catalogs. I want you to put one in your car. Keep it there. Everywhere you go, I want you to look to your side and be like, oh, Pampered Chef, and take it in with you. And then same thing about the others I explain. So the key is to explain why you put something in there to your host. Just because you mail them something and in your mind it makes sense doesn't mean they understand it. I give them, of course, the special coming up. So I've got July's printed off. I give them a couple of order forms, both parties. I do the, of course, specials and the order forms. And then for my cooking shows, I include a host shopping list. And so I basically just tell them, from the start, because I've had people on my team say, do you buy the ingredients or does your host? And so I just from the start, I send them a list, a host shopping list. And then I tell them, I maybe out of like almost 400 parties, I've had one person complain. Like they're buying it but they're having their friends over for dinner. So they're not going to complain about buying the food, if you ask me, But a couple of other things to mention, if it's a Facebook party, on Consultants Corner, there is I didn't print it off beforehand, but there is a Facebook Hosting 101 flyer. You may have come across it. If not, I will locate it and post it on our team page. But that has some good general guidelines for a Facebook host on how to have a successful party. Because again, if you do not tell them what a good party is, they're not going to know. You might think, maybe they're a consultant with another company, and you might think, oh, this is a really good party, when maybe it's not a very good party for you, but you didn't tell them what to expect. Just as a little example, and some of you guys who have been with me for a long time, I've shared this before, but I hosted a party one time, and I'm not going to name the direct sales. I've hosted several others through the years, but I had no idea, number one, what I was going to get as a host until like the night of my party. I also did not know, what a good party would be for the consultant. I know that sounds really silly, but I kind of wanted to know, I didn't want to embarrass myself. And I also didn't know, honestly, she never told me like how many people I needed to invite, what statistically, how many orders I should try and collect. I wasn't shared any of that kind of stuff. And so I just felt really lost, because even though I was in direct sales, I was like thinking, okay, is this a good party for her? Was this a waste of her time? I didn't know, and I was at the end of it, I thought, I need to ask, so I asked her, because I just felt like, and that's how our hosts are going to feel. If we don't say, we really need to get, 15 orders total, or we really need to send out 40 to 50 invites to your party, personally invite, whether it's, all these different ways. Because if you don't tell them that they need to do that, then they're not, they don't know what to do. They may only invite 12 of their friends. And then when 3 of them show up and they're disappointed, they're going to be like, man, I wish I'd have known, and instead, if you say, we need to send out 40 invitations, or we need to invite 40 people, because, same thing with Facebook, like we need to invite like 150 people, because only, a third or a fourth of those people are even going to look at the event, much less mark going. So it's just really key for you to communicate and over communicate with your host. You also need to find out the best way to communicate. They may say, maybe
you're just not a phone person, but they do not text or message or get on Facebook. You're just gonna have to bite the bullet and call them. Otherwise, every time you text them, it's like a flip in the coin. Are they reading my message or not? One of my very good friends, she doesn't ever text, like ever. And if I text her, it's like a few days later, I'll get a response. Like she just doesn't do that. And I know if I want to talk to her, I need to pick up the phone and call her. And that's how some of our hosts might be. So we just need to, realize that going into it, that you might love, like I do, I prefer to text message, and y'all probably know that about me. But this person over here may be like, in a generation where texting wasn't an option. So they prefer you pick up the phone and call. And it's the same, same thing. Someone might not want to talk on the phone, so you're going to get a better response through Facebook or email or texting them. So just ask them, how would you like me to communicate with you? Find that out in the beginning. And then just wanted to share with you the three reasons why it is important to host coach. Number one, you're going to increase your number of guests, okay? The reason we want to increase our number of guests is because you're going to have more sales. You're going to be in front of more people, which means you're going to recruit and get more bookings. We all want those things, right? I know I do. Number two, the main goal and the second goal of host coaching is to ensure a great party experience. How many of us have had a party that did not qualify? I know I have, and it's pretty crappy, like having to message your host and telling her, I'm really sorry, but you don't get any host benefits, and that's terrible. I hate doing that. I literally hate converting orders to individual orders because I know that I didn't get my host anything. Even if it's just a $200 party, I would much rather have that than like $100 in orders personally. Because if we have a happy host, they're going to refer people to us. They're going to continue to host with us. And it's a good experience for everyone. They're going to talk good. They're going to tell everyone good things about you as a consultant as well if you help them have a successful party. And then the final thing, which I already kind of mentioned, the final goal of host coaching is to build your team. As I've mentioned before, your number one recruit is always going to be your host. So if you are not talking to your host about the business, start today. Because for one, if they're hosting a party for you, it's because they love Pampered Chef products, okay? And if it's like a family member or somebody like that just doing you a favor, you could still talk to them about it, and that's okay if they say no. But the key is don't prejudge. Talk to everyone about the business, because truly, I have had people on my team with the biggest diamond ring on their finger. I mean, really. I've had people, I've walked into their home and thought, this girl she would never join my team. Good Lord, look at her home. It is immaculate. It's like 3 of my houses could fit into this. And then she signs up and I'm over there going, all right, God, I know. Don't prejudge. I'm telling you. Or somebody who is like the age of my grandmother. I might think, well, she would never do Pampered Chef. Like she's not going to do that. She's not care about working anymore or whatever. And then they sign up. I mean, just don't prejudge. Okay. Because this business is for everyone. But if you don't host coach, I'm just going to end on this and then we'll hop back into our last couple of things that I want to cover. That way we're not on here too long tonight. But if you aren't host coaching, and you might have already experienced this, you're going to have cancellations, okay? You're going to have not a lot of guests attend, which in turn means low sales, low attendance. And with low sales and low attendance, you're not going to get as many bookings. So without host coaching, I can't remember the saying, but I've heard before, bookings keep your job, or something like that, keep your business going. But host coaching is where you pick up your check or something like that. Basically, like, you could get bookings all day long, but if you're not host coaching, you're not going to make nearly as much money. So putting in that effort to communicate with them, whether it's Facebook, and if you want to learn more about it, there's a ton of videos on YouTube, there's so many resources out there that I want to encourage you to try and get access to those. So I'm going to hop back on here, desktop. Okay, so there we go. Oh, is it gonna go? There we go. So some of you might be thinking, okay, that sounds great and all, but how do I keep up with all of these parties? And you know, some of you may be like, I have 1 or 2 parties a month, and that's fine. You know, if you don't feel like you need any big spreadsheet, I still think it's key to your success if you come up with some kind of system, whether it's putting things on your calendar to following up with your host on a certain day or whatever. I do that myself. But for me, when I became very serious about my Pampered Chef business, I realized I was kind of lacking in host coaching. And I know that sounds really silly, but what happened was I was booking parties like crazy because I wanted to grow my team. And it's happening. It's really exciting. But I started to slack off in certain areas that maybe I did really great in before. Okay, so one of those was host coaching. And I started to see a drop in my sales per show, like my show average kind of dropped for a few months because I was so focused on, you know, getting a ton of bookings that I wasn't capitalizing on each one. And so something like this is what Pampered Chef has. It's called a host coaching monthly tracking or tracker, whatever. And what you do is you basically fill in the host information and you can see, well, actually, I don't think y'all can see very good, but basically it's a PDF, but you can type in, you know, the information and just keep it on your computer, or you could print it off, or you could just create your own. I have used one for forever that another consultant created, but this, I just love it because it's got like party setup info. So it's got like party time, you know, party type. So if it's like Facebook, cooking, whatever, and then, you know, set up the show, host packet sent, save the date, is there a Facebook invite, you know, party reminder, you know, under invitations, host coaching, did you give them a first call or text, you know, and some of the times my follow-up is just stuff like this, like, okay, I've mailed them a host pack and I know it's probably arrived, so I may send them a message like, hey girl, I am so excited about your party on Monday, July 3rd at 6 p.m. So I'm like reminding them of the date, okay? And this may be like 2 or 3 weeks out. I cannot wait to party with you and your friends. And so whether it's the same thing, whether it is on Facebook or a cooking show, I send an excited message to them, letting them know I'm excited about their party, okay? And I just kind of leave it like that. Because for one, when they get that message, it's going to be like, oh, she's really excited, and like putting a good taste in her mouth about how I want to be around her and her friends, and I'm excited. But two, and the main reason is it's kind of going to give them a reminder like, oh, I gotta, you know, maybe I gave them their host pack at a cooking show 2 months ago, and they might be like, oh, I gotta get in gear. I gotta send out these invitations or whatever. And then like 3 or 4 days later, I may text them again and just say, or Facebook them or whatever, and just say, hey girl, I wanted to reach out and see if you had a chance to send out your invitations, or if it's a Facebook party. I noticed you invited about 30 people to your Facebook event. I wanted to remind you that it's best for us to invite, you know, however much you think. I normally tell them 150 to 200 people, and then to personally message as many of them as possible. And then I might just be like, can you invite a few more people? Because they may think, oh, I invited 30 people, that's who I want to come. But we both know only about half of those people, if that, are going to mark going. So we want as many people as possible to mark that. So anyway, this is just something you guys can find. It's on PC University. If you go to host coaching and click on the right side, I think it's the second tab down, this little flyer here. So I kind of want to transition to a little bit of recognition. And I am going to, let's see, I'm going to unmute everybody at this point. And so if you want to mute yourself, you just go on and mute yourself individually. So if you have background noise, go ahead and do that because I just unmuted everyone. But I wanted you guys to be able to, if you wanted to talk or whatever, to be able to do that throughout this. So I'm real, oh, look at that. McAfee, no, I do not want to update that right now. Okay, so I'm really excited that I am going to get to go to Pampered Chef National Conference with some awesome consultants. So Deanna Bridges, I'm so excited, is registered. Crystal Gill, Laura Burrell, and Kathy Woodbury. I've been talking with a couple more of you that I know are interested, and I hope you all make the decision to go. For those of you that are registered, if you're still on the call and you want to share, you don't have to, but if you want to share a reason why you're really excited about National Conference, feel free to do that now. I'll kind of give it just a minute just to see if anyone has anything they want to share. I know a lot of you guys have kids around, so you might be muted for that reason. But I'm really excited. I think actually Crystal and Deanna are the only ones live on here anyway. But if y'all want to share what you're most excited about attending National Conference, maybe just one thing, feel free.
I'm excited for all the training, just, you know, maybe learning things that I haven't heard yet and things that will help me in my business.
Yes, and along that same lines, those of you that don't know about National Conference, of course, we have a couple general sessions that you're able to attend, and you'll see lots of recognition and the new fall products and hear from some testimonials. I will be one of them. I'm so excited. But we have the opportunity to hear to go to what's called some breakout sessions. If you haven't explored the National Conference website, I want to encourage you to do that because they have all different options on what you can attend. Anything from technology, virtual parties, to host coaching, product knowledge, to, you know, developing leaders. I mean, there's so many options, but all of the people that are doing these sessions, these breakout sessions, are the top consultants in Pampered Chef. I mean, they're the best people out there. So I want to encourage you to go because it is really a great opportunity to learn from others because, you know, I'm only one person and I, you know, copy people all the time, but I don't know what there's so many other rock star consultants that I have no idea what they're doing, you know? And so I go to National Conference so I can also learn more and better, you know, myself as a consultant so that I can then better myself as a leader. So anyway, I'm really excited about this. If you, as I mentioned before, if you aren't able to go in person, to be sure and do the $50 virtual live, you know, conference option. Okay. Also, I want to celebrate. I'm so excited. Our team promoted last month to senior director team. And obviously, just like I mentioned before, that would not have happened without each and every one of you. So you might be thinking, you know, what I did was not a big deal, but it is a big deal. It is, seriously. Every order counts. Every show counts. Every person matters on our team. So thank you guys so much. And I kind of wanted to point out to you what that looks like. You might not realize. But to be a senior director team, obviously there's me at the top, but we have to have 3 first-generation directors and 1 second-generation director. So we have, you know, I was so excited to have Alicia Andrews promote last month. I was so proud of her and her team. They really killed it, and they are killing it again this month, you know, to be They're almost green, and that's incredible after being such a new director. And then, of course, Kathy and Deanna just recently promoted as well. And then Crystal was my very first director. So I'm really excited because we are halfway to executive. And that is a big, big whopping deal. Like, let me just tell y'all, let me break it down. At our director meeting this month, Stephanie shared with all the directors that, well, she didn't share. Judy Joel was on our call, and she was sharing with us, and let me make sure I get these numbers right, but there's about, 42,000 consultants or something like that. And out of that amount, there are, I believe she said there are only about 100 senior director teams. Crystal, does that sound about right? Do you remember listening to you're muted. You're shaking your head?
Yeah, I think that was right.
I think so. And then she said there were about 60 executive teams, I think. But anyway, I'm just like, that's crazy because it's not even, not even 1% of the company. It's like 0.3%. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know the number. I'm terrible at math. One of y'all can tell me. But anyway, it's like a very small number of consultants with Pampered Chef achieve this level. We have about, I want to say she said about 5,000 directors, but even that is a huge honor. It's a very small percentage. And then advanced directors, I believe she said, it just kind of kept going down. And then our team also promoted our entire team, the Richardson Rockstar team, because as many of you know, Stephanie Richardson is our executive director. Well, we promoted last month to senior executive director, and it kind of gets harder the higher you go. You have to hit it for 3 months in a row. So every sale counts, every show really does matter. And, it's really important. You might not realize, but for me, I grew up playing lots and lots of sports. So if you're an athlete, you can relate to this. Or even if you're not, and you're you're a nurse or in an ER, it matters what each person in the room does, right? Okay. It's the same thing on a sports team. Every person, I played basketball, so every person on the court mattered, but it didn't help if one person was trying to achieve everything on their own. More than likely we lost a game when that happened. But when each player was capitalizing on their strengths and helping out where someone was weak and we were working together as a team, we got so much further. And so that's one of my absolute favorite things about Pampered Chef is that, helping others is the core to having success, whether it's helping a host have a good show and host coaching her like crazy, to recruiting somebody and helping them see the benefits of having a successful business with Pampered Chef, to just getting our products in our customers' kitchen and getting food on the table fast for their family. Every order matters, every show matters. So I just wanted to show you guys kind of what that looks like. I also have a vision board that I keep, and I show at my team meetings here in my home, but I wanted to show you guys just kind of what it looks like. And so to be an executive team, we need 6 first-generation directors and 2 second-generation directors. So it's kind of exciting to say we're halfway there. And it's just, I'm really proud of everyone. So I wanted to celebrate all of my directors last month were green. And I wanted to share with you guys, I was just so proud of all of them. And I also wanted to explain for those of you that don't know, because a lot of you are on a director's team and you don't realize, what your team needs to do to hit requirements. And so every month with Pampered Chef, in order to be a green team, you have to submit 5,000 or more. However, if you promote a director, then you have 3 months where it's like called rebuild time, where you just have to submit 2,500 in sales. So I was just really, really proud of all of my directors for, hitting their sales and continuing to support the people on their team and also support our team as a whole. So congratulations to all of them. They are incredible, and I'm so thankful to have each of them on our team. So next up, I wanted to celebrate our top 5 sellers in May. So congratulations. I guess some of you guys will be watching the recording who are on here, but each of you, these top 5 people, will be getting a little something in the mail from me. So congratulations, number 1, to Davlin Evans. She submitted $3,373.31. That is incredible. I'm so proud of her. And all of these people, also on a side note, they're not including my director's sales. I'm just celebrating the consultants right now. And then number 2 in sales was Kimberly Zisk with $1,560.45. So congratulations, Kimberly. I'm so proud of you. I know Alicia is too. She is killing it. And then number 3 in sales was Cassie Petit with $1,406.05. And she even went on vacation last month. So that was really exciting. Congratulations, Cassie. Our number 4 in sales was Holly Jett with $1,250.57. Congratulations, Holly. Our number 5 in sales was Laura Spurrell with $1,092.50. I'm so proud of each of you and every single person. Oh,
Wait a minute. To get out.
Background noise. Hey, Stacy, will you mute your? Oh, I think
Yes, sorry.
that's okay. I just think I got unmuted. Okay, and I also wanted to. Oh, it's not moving. There we go. Celebrate our team overall. We, as our Baxter organization, sold $28,330.70, which was incredible. As a senior director team, we have to sell $24,000. So we exceeded that number in the month that we promoted instead of doing the minimum. So I was really proud of you guys. And we also added 4 new team members, and that's in May. So my goal for our team every month is to at least add 5, but we were very close. So I was really proud of that number. We want to just continue to add to our team because, as they say, recruiting solves everything. So we just want to continue to bring more people in to our team. And so finally, are going to have to give me a second. I am going to, where did I put it? There it is. I'm going to put everyone's name in a drawing, and I didn't announce this before, but let me see. Okay, so I've got everyone on here, and so I've got Alicia. So what I'm going to do is, have y'all heard of the website called random.org? I'm going to assign everyone a number. And then I'm going to pick a winner, and I'm going to be giving away our new herb meal. So if you have the herb meal already and you win, then you can give it to a host or use it as a booking tool. Or if you don't have it, you can keep it for yourself. So we will see who is the winner. Just give me a second. I'm assigning because I had to do this live based off of everyone who is on here. And I am including my directors in this only because I think anyone who is on the call, it's really important to, to lead how we want our team to be. So I'm writing down everyone. Kelsey, and assigning them a number. Kimberly. Where is it? Okay, I'm on number 7. Stacy is 8. I love that I can see everybody on here. This is awesome. And 9. Okay, so I am going to, give me just a second here. So out of 9, our lucky number is, okay, so see, well, I don't know if you can see, probably not, because there's a glare. Can you see what the lucky number was? 7. Okay, and so then I assigned everybody a number on here. And so our winner is Kimberly. Woohoo! So I'm going to mail you, along with, you're going to get something else anyway because you were in the top 5 in sales. So you're going to be, this is just getting lots of good stuff.
Thank you.
You're, no problem. So the last thing, I just wanted to close out our, oh, stop. I'm getting all these pop-ups on my computer. I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity if you had any questions or comments, or if not, thank you so much for joining us live. I'm going to be posting the recording, and I will also share that video that I was hoping to share with you guys on here, but it just didn't work. So if you don't have any questions or comments, feel free to hop off, and just thanks again for joining us. Y'all have an awesome week, and let me know if you need anything. Otherwise, I'll hang out here for a couple minutes, okay? Okay.